Hello, Home Slices. It's Kiara with Home Slice Adulting, coming to you with another installment of my vlog series, Driving Home. Now, for those of you who don't know, every Friday I do a quick vlog series talking about either things that are going on in the media or things that are going on in my personal life over the past week, because there's no better feeling than getting off of work on Friday and, you know, knowing that you don't have to go back to work until Monday morning. So there's something special about Fridays that you just don't get from other days of the week if you have a regular work week, which I do. So happy Friday to everyone. Thank you for clicking on this video. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and to share this video with someone who you think will enjoy it. And so today I want to talk about something that happened to me. I have been kind of refusing to speak about some of the things that have been going on in my life, and I guess I'll reveal one of those to you today. I moved to Seattle last year, almost a little more than a year ago. We moved like July 16th of 2018, and I moved here for a graduate school program that lasts 3 years, and I finished my first year and I got a job here. And you all, moving from Louisiana to Seattle was a big adjustment. There's a lot of culture shock that's going on. I'm supposed to be making a video with my boyfriend just about that, about how the move has been up here, things that we miss about where we used to live, things that we don't miss, you know, things that were the hardest getting adjusted to, that type of stuff. So that video is forthcoming as soon as my boyfriend actually, you know, sits down and makes the freaking video with me. He's so annoying sometimes. Anyways, we moved up here and our savings were like depleting, okay, because the cost of living, the difference up here is pretty much double. Gas prices are like at least $1 higher than they were in Louisiana. Our rent was about twice as much what it was previously in Louisiana. Groceries are a little bit higher. I actually don't mind the difference in the price of groceries, because when you know, the store that I shop at and the discounts and the sales that they have makes the groceries seem comparable to Louisiana. So I don't really mind the grocery cost so much, but just rent alone and utilities and all that kind of stuff. And so going from, you know, having a job, being able to provide for yourself on a much lower income, and then moving here, not having income, living off of savings, and living off of savings, it was just tough. And I was always applying to jobs. I remember I applied to a job and I did a phone interview and they were like, okay, your phone interview went well. We are going to invite you to come in for an in-person interview. And so I'm like, okay, great, I have an interview. They pay pretty good. Let's see. And so they scheduled the interview for like 5 days out or something like that, you know, including the weekend. And like the next day or 2 days later, they called me, or was it they called me? They either called or emailed me. I think they called me and said, oh, we're not going to interview you for this job because it's not the right time, or like, you know, the work is seasonal and they don't need you right now, or something like that. And whatever it was, it felt like a lie. It felt like they weren't being honest with me. And one of the things that I kind of dislike about living up here in the Pacific Northwest is that a lot of people have their way of life is passive aggressive, and instead of telling you what they really think or what they really feel or what it really is, instead they would rather be dishonest about it, And there's a number of reasons why people are dishonest about the way things really are. Sometimes it's to preserve somebody's feelings. Sometimes it's to not, selfishly not look like the bad guy. There's a bunch of reasons, that people aren't emotionally honest about what's really going on. And I just picked up on and felt like their explanation was just crap. Just bull crap. And that kind of like deflated me and destroyed my spirit a little bit, because as a black woman, the first thing I think of is, because I'm black, they didn't want to hire me. Like, maybe they took a look at some of my Facebook, they checked me out on social media and was like, oh, we don't want her anymore. And for us to be under like that financial stress, it's not necessarily stress of being in a new place, but just being in a new place, there's comfort in knowing where you are. There's comfort in knowing your surroundings. And having lived in Louisiana for like 7 or 8 years, I knew where to go. Like, I didn't need GPS for everything. I, knew people, moving to a place where I didn't know anybody, didn't know anything, didn't know any of my surroundings, trying to find a good nail shop, some place to get my eyebrows done. My boyfriend, went to like 5 or 6 different barbershops before he found a good barber who could cut African American hair. Just the whole idea of all of this newness, it was a lot going on. And then on top of that, not having a job, it was just a lot. And so the job that I have now, I feel like they took a chance on me because I didn't have any experience in that area. And I worked there for a year. Even though I'm making more money than I have ever made, I attribute that to the fact that I'm living in a place that has a higher cost of living. And that if I were doing this job in Louisiana, I probably would be paid like not much more than what I was making when I left Louisiana, just to be honest with you. But after a year of working at my job and going through, an entire school year, because I work at a school, I decided that with all the things that had happened and with all of the things that I want to do with my life, that I took the job because of where I was at that time, and because of the financial situation that I was in, it was better for me to accept that job and to stop looking than to not accept that job and take a chance on, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. And so I was extremely grateful for that job. I have been able to do the job well. But after a year, I was like, I took this job because I needed the money, because I needed employment, and it has helped me to kind of establish roots here. I'm friends with a lot of the people that I work with, but my dream and my vision has always been, for the past years, has been to be an entrepreneur. And there is not a lot of room for me to be entrepreneurial in my position. And then again, while I'm making more money than I ever have made, I know that with the degree that I have, there are jobs that I can do that would make me more money. So I expressed to my bosses probably a month ago that I was going to be looking for other places. And I think they understood that, knowing my salary, and that I would want a job that was more in line with, the place that I see myself moving forward. And right before my boyfriend and I left last week to go out of town to Montana, another administrator found out that I was planning on leaving, and her position is higher than my current boss's positions. And she asked if I wanted to have my same job, essentially, but work for her, which meant a sizable raise. It also meant that I would have less contact with the more stressful parts of my job. and they're, doing a big project next year, and then I would be helping with that, and that would look good on my resume. And it was something that I had never thought of, because the person in that position was definitely leaving, and she had already expressed that, and I didn't even consider, like, in my mind, I was just kind of out of there. And we resumed the conversation this week, and we talked numbers, and I got a promotion and a pretty nice size raise to basically do what I've been doing, but kind of for somebody else, essentially. And so I got a promotion. Whoop, whoop. And to be honest, my other prospects, like the other jobs that I was applying to, were kind of dragging their feet. It felt like to me. And while I had been applying to a bunch of jobs and like regularly applying, and they were either, denying me or just not saying anything for the most part. It was like they just weren't saying anything. For some people, it takes them a long time to hire, and that's just not where I want it to be. And my current employer got the numbers right, and I got a promotion, and I feel good about that. And I think it's great, particularly because I'm starting my new business soon, and I think it really would have been too much for me to have a new business, be back in school, and have to adjust to to adjust once again to being in a new place, in a new job, and having all of those things come together and kind of converge at once. I don't think would have been good. And I think by me being in the same place, making more money, being more financially stable, I don't have the added stress of getting adjusted to a new workplace with a new community of people. A lot of things in my life get to remain the same, so that there's not that additional stress. And I think that's right where I need to be at this juncture. And so I got a promotion, y'all, and I was able to negotiate a little bit. I'm not a very good negotiator. I've told you all that I have been attempting to be a better self-advocate, and I think I did a pretty good job. And I got a considerable raise from my viewpoint, and I think it's going to be good. The fact that I know who my new boss is going to be, and she's great, and the fact that I will still be in, community and communication with my previous bosses, and that I know the place, I know the people. It feels good to know that while I'm taking a new step and while I have risen up, I'm still in a place where I know what I'm doing. And that's great, because I hate getting to a new job and the feeling of not knowing where you're doing, and the feeling of like I'm still in training, and there's something that makes me personally, I'll use I statements, it makes me feel insecure to be in a state where I don't know what I'm doing. And so I think that's a great thing. So school doesn't start back up for about a month, but I am in the middle of working on my business, and I am probably about 50% done with my website. I ran into like a few snags, but now that it's the weekend and I have like concentrated, dedicated time to focus on my website, I'm going to I'm going to do my best to get all of that done this weekend and really focus on, okay, this is what I need to do. This is how I want to design my products. This is how I want to get them up. I have a few designs for my products that are like too complicated for me. Like, I'm not a graphic designer. So I'm probably going to have to use Fiverr and try to, get them to design something for me, which I think would be cool. But anyways, I am probably just a week or two away from getting my website to where I really want it to be and launching my business. And I think that is going to be such a great and fun adventure I've been an entrepreneur before, but this is my first time really being an entrepreneur on my own. I have all of my business licenses together. I just have to, do some stuff on the back end, do some creation of my products, make sure my website is looking good, and for the most part 50% of that is done, and I am almost ready to have this business, to do the advertisement, to take care of the social media stuff, and then kind of allow the business to pretty much run itself, as long as I'm just continuing to put it out there. So I am excited about that, and the fact that I got a promotion is great. So tonight my boyfriend and I are going to go out and grab dinner to celebrate, dinner and a drink, and I am just very excited. I don't know, you know how when you're a kid and you get excited about something and you just like can't contain yourself? When kids get excited, they are like the most annoying things in the world, because they're like screaming and jumping up and down, and like when you're a kid, you don't have the concept of like controlling your emotions. And right now I feel like I'm like pretty excited. Like, I think like being an adult for so long now and knowing what it means to be like a different kind of excited from when you're a child, but it's like the inner child in me is like very happy, and they're like, oh, more money, and oh, you're about to start your own business and sell things that you believe in, and stuff like that. And I don't know, I am excited, but I'm not jump up and down excited. I don't know if it's the level of excitement or if it's like mature excitement. I don't know what's going on, but I am happy. I am upgrading in areas of my life. I'm going to be in my second year of a 3-year MBA program. I made it through my first year. Thank you, Jesus. And things are like going well for me, and I'm very happy about that. And so once my business is up and launched, which, like I said, it should be up in like a week or two, I am going to come to you all with maybe like a discount code or something, because while I personally, my product doesn't necessarily line up with my target audience here on YouTube. Well, maybe it does, because according to my YouTube analytics, like my audience is 100% women, and my product is pretty good for like all women. So whenever my business is 100% up, when it is 100% ready to be launched, I'm going to come to you guys, reveal to you what the products I am selling are going to be, offer you all a discount code, and allow you all to, support me in that way. Because I don't have 1,000 subscribers, I am not receiving money, ad money. There are no ads on my videos. And I, don't make money off of making YouTube videos. For the most part, I just do it for the enjoyment. But now that I am starting a business and I'm doing it for what I believe is a good cause, not in the way that like a portion of the proceeds go to charity or anything like that. It's really hard to describe without telling you all. But my product represents something that I really truly believe in, is what I'm trying to say. And I think that supporting that for you all as my audience is going to be something that you all would probably want to do. I'm going to come to you all in a week or two. I'm committing myself to doing that and letting you all decide whether or not you would like to purchase my products. I'm not going to push you to do anything, but who doesn't like a discount, okay? So thank you all so much for watching. I know this was kind of long and kind of drawn out, and it wasn't funny, but it's just kind of what's going on in my life right now. Again, like, I'm excited, but I'm not jumping up and down. And again, I don't know if it's because I'm like too mature to do all that, or if my level of excitement is just not as high as I think it should be. I don't know what's going on, but I am happy, and I am proud of myself for making a decision, making a change, getting a promotion, and whatever money that might have been left on the table, because there were jobs that I were applying to that were like $30,000 raises over what I was previously making in my, previous position before the promotion. And whatever money was left on the table from that, because my promotion is sizable, like the change in wages is sizable, the change in salary is sizable. However, it's not $30,000. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. So, whatever money I have left on the table from pursuing those more higher paying jobs, I want to make up for it by having a successful business. And I think having a business on the side while I am still working is the best way to transition into entrepreneurship. Because once I graduate with my MBA, I really don't want to work for somebody else. I want to be in business for myself. And so, I have talked enough. I think this is my longest video ever, my longest driving home video ever. But, I'm excited